Alright guys, I know it's been a while since I posted on the channel, and I have been busy on the mill. I ran into a roadblock with some of the software being in DOS, and I think I'll be able to get that resolved. That'll be a video coming up. But in the meantime, I have this wall here where we put all of our hardware, and it's split up across the shop. So all the metric stuff's over there, right there, and all the SAE stuff is there and there. And I want to consolidate and organize it better because there's some stuff over here on the wall that's not anything. It's just garbage, or not garbage. It's like springs and little tube bits and all the miscellaneous things you'd have in the shop. So what I really want to do, I think I want to free up that thing over there for my dad. And I really like the clear bins Harbor Freight has for hardware. Now, big hardware like 1/2 inch and above and then long bolts doesn't work for that. I wish Harbor Freight made a deeper setup. I don't quite know how they would do it, but something that's clear and still tips forward. So Harbor Freight, if you happen to see this video, your little clear tip forward bins would be great if you doubled up on size, where basically you had like a where you had a modular system that was either 2 across, 2 up, or maybe even one that took up 4 spaces and was deeper. You guys really are missing a fantastic opportunity, because the tip out bins keep dust off of hardware, and I just, over time, bins end up with tons of dust. I worked in a shop and they just get filled. You have to blow them out all the time. So it would be awesome if Harbor Freight did that, but they're not going to, or at least they're not going to watch this video and do it. So anyways, I figured we'll organize this wall here, and right now the SAE hardware is sitting on my bench, and I want it to actually be suspended on the wall, so we'll get to it. So this is what it looks like right now. You can see all the long bolts are across the bottom here. Then I've got 1/4 20, 5/8 16, or 5/16 18, 3/8 16s here, 7/16 14, 1/2 13. So anyways, and then over here, what I actually have going on, all right, to keep the rolling bars from happening with this setup here, I had to set my ISO really low, and the picture's blown out, so you guys will just have to deal with that. But basically, there's no support up against this beam right here, this homemade beam, and so I'm gonna put this backer in behind the sheetrock, and I've got to cut the wall open. So we'll see how that goes. Alright guys, the dang it, got that sheetrock everywhere. The OCD part of me wants to paint this whole thing and tape and texture it, and the non-OCD part says no way. So these should cover all this stuff, I hope. And if they don't, I'm just going to try to look past it when I look at it. I'm not sure what I was going to tell you guys. Yeah, I'm just going to get this up. I would like to use it now instead of later. So I did notice that this part's going to stick above, so I don't know. Probably going to throw a little paint on it. Alright guys, so I've got a line scribed on the wall here that's level, and I'm going to start putting these things in. We're going to put SAE over here and metric over there. Okay. Level is this beam. Come on, get in there. Okay. Okay, now. What's up? So right now the way my system works, it's fine on top. There's not a lot of that. Normal, so half 13 here. Lock washers. Lock washers on the bottom. Alright, so I don't think metric's going to fit on this wall. Not sure how I'm going to remedy that. I may get rid of that shelf there, even though it's very handy. We'll see what I do. Alright guys, so this is pretty much the end of the video. The spacing on the wall here for studs was pretty crappy, and the wall has kind of a bow in it too. So it made that one kind of stick, and that one sticks as well because of the whatever, it's the wall's got some cupping. So not much I can do about that. I really think I'm going to maybe do another row on top here. So my system's kind of screwed up. This is in the row. There's a couple of things that I would change if it wasn't a lot of work. This outlet right here is in a bad spot. So the way I've got it is that the SAE side is just nuts lock washers and flat washers, and that's because a lot of the bolts are too long to fit in these. I think I'd change it up down the road if I could get rid of this and do something a little bit more complex, having nuts and bolts. I really wish that Harbor Freight made something that was too tall and tipped out the same manner, but just was twice as tall, because then you could put long bolts in from the top. And I think I'm actually going to send them a picture of this and maybe request that. But on this side, I've got metric, and it's just different. It's because I don't use as much metric. I used to use a lot more. I may use more in the future, but right now it is nuts on top and bolts and washers just below. So like this is 6 by 1.0, which I have a ton of. And then, I'm sorry, bolts are on top and nuts and washers are below. So I think it goes over here to 10. I've got room for 2 more rows on the end. If I did 12 and 14, those are pretty large. That's pretty large hardware. So I may do specialty items over there. I just haven't decided yet, but definitely cleaned it up. Super happy compared to, I'll grab it off screen here. It's not going to replace these, because you can see like these all pieces of all thread are long, but it's a lot better for me than having these here above my workbench. The large hardware I think is going to go across behind you guys on that wall over there, and I just haven't laid that out yet. I really don't know what I'm going to do with some of the big hardware, so I'm stewing over it right now. But in the meantime, these are a great setup. I have a whole idea for what I would do for them if I had more time and money. I would actually have doors of them set up where they would fold out. There'd be more of them behind, but I'm not going to do it right now. Anyways, talk to you guys later. Have a great day.